I love analog, but I hate recall. Today I want to show you how I use my almost 100% fully recallable chain from WesAudio when it comes to mixing and mastering. Before moving into the session, let me show you the hardware. I'm using the NG2BQ as my main mastering EQ, NG Bass Comp as the mastering and mixed bass compressor. I have a fully loaded Titan rack, the Rhea, Hyperion, Dione, Prometheus and Calypso as my main AD DA for the rack, plus I have the Pandora. This setup is more than enough for me when it comes to mastering because I have two beautiful high quality pieces, the NG Bass Comp and the NG2BQ. Those are the main two pieces on the mastering chain. They are linked together, so hardwired. And when it comes to mixing, one Titan rack plus the Pandora is enough for me to process the main buses. Let me show you what I'm talking about in the actual session. The session layout is quite simple and I'm using the pipeline plugin to insert my gear. You can see that in the template I already have a couple of pipeline plugins. I have one on the mix bus, I have one on the drums, I have one on the bass, I have one on the main music bus, I have one on the vocals. It's disabled right now because I don't want to play the vocals for the track. The pipeline plugins are there because I really want the ability to turn on my hardware really fast in the session. So with a press of a button, I can have my mix bus on. And just like that, by just engaging the pipeline plugin on the mix bus, I have audio going through the hardware. When it comes to hardware processing, I have two approaches. I either mix into hardware or I place it right at the end of the mixing stage to do that final polishing. In this session is the latter because the track is almost finished mixing. Right now I want to add some glue from the compressor and some shine from the EQ. First in the chain is the compressor. I have all the WesAudio plugins on a track. It's more convenient because they load up with the template. And just like that, I've added a bit of glue to this track. 4:1 ratio, slow attack, fast release, just a touch of THD, and I'm using the feedback mode with a 90 Hz sidechain. It's everything that this track needs. Now let's add some more EQ. This track is already pretty dirty, so I've used the clean output instead of the transformer balanced output. I've added a touch of bass, some highs at 5 kHz and 8 kHz with a shelf. I've reduced just a touch of the mud. Now let's try and add a bit of THD to see how this sounds, because it's a bit different from the NG Basscamp THD. With the latest update for the WesAudio plugins, we have a nice analyzer on the EQs. You just have to put it where the pipeline plugin is. In this case, the NG2BQ is on the mix bus, so it's fine to have it on the main output. I think this is enough for the mix bus. Now I want to go through processing the buses with the Titan rack with the modules that I have there. First I'm going to process the drums, and for the drums I'm going to use the Dione. Some light compression and some THD. Now let's add Rhea on the All Music bus. On the drum and bass bus, I want to clean that a bit, so I've added a Hyperion EQ. I need to move the plugin from the track to where I have the insert, so I can get a nice spectrum readout there. Nice. On this session we have a pretty distorted bass. I think this can benefit from Prometheus, the pull textile EQ from Wes. Let's add Prometheus after the insert. I'll be using the boost and cut on Prometheus so I can add more body to this sound without muddying up the track. This is actually my workflow when it comes to mixing. I like using the hardware as my finishing touches. I still have Pandora available and I tend to use that on vocals. Now I want to do an A/B. I will start with the mix bus processing, then I will bypass the Titan rack. And this is the process that I have when it comes to using gear with full recall. It's just a pleasure to work with because right now I don't have to bother with saving the settings. All the sessions will open up with the proper settings and I am really excited about that. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for the support and see you guys really soon. Cheers.